I'm Carol Angela Davis with your financial blog for Monday, May 10th, 2010. We're going to begin with some news for you over at BP. Of course, we're talking about the oil spill and the cost associated with cleaning it up. We'll tell you about that also today. We'll tell you which companies are trying to get in the act of catching pirates, pirate hunting, mercenaries. We'll tell you about that also today. We have news for you of another U.S. company, a defense company that says it's got the problem for the border. We'll tell you all that and more right after this. Stay with us.
In America, 500,000 businesses are started each year. What does it take to launch a successful company? Discover the answers as entrepreneur Michael Vedini interviews the area's premier business leaders.
There's no better time right now for anyone to start a business.
Success is opportunity, timing, luck.
I knew that it was going to take a lot of hard work.
It's all about leadership. That's where it starts.
Join us for American Entrepreneur.
Carol Angela Davis, thank you for joining me. It is Monday, May 10, 2010. We have news for you beginning in the news over at the big oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. We want you to know that BP says so far it has spent $350 million on the cleanup and other costs associated with the spill. We are including expenses related to cleaning up the oil, also protecting the wetlands and the beaches, also efforts to seal the leaking oil well, plus assistance to the Gulf states as well as liability settlement. So that breaks down to about $16 million a day that has been spent since the April 20th disaster. That, of course, is when a BP deepwater drilling rig caught fire and sank 40 miles off the coast of Louisiana, leaving 11 workers missing and presumed dead. Estimates on how much the spill will ultimately cost BP do vary, somewhere between $2 billion and $14 billion or higher. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of cash. We want you to know that BP has lost roughly $30 billion in market value since the disaster, trading at about $49 a share. That is down about 15% year to date. Now, just so you know, BP may have some of its liability costs defrayed. It's possible that a federal fund paid for by a tax on oil will kick in and cover some of the liabilities exceeding $75 million. That is if BP and its subcontractors did not violate any regulations in the run-up to this disaster. Now, BP, you should know, is self-insured. However, you should also know that legislation has been introduced to raise the level that the federal fund kicks in from $75 million, where it sits right now, to $10 billion with a B, and it would be retroactive. So we do need to keep our eye on that. Go to MoveOn.org or some of these other organizations and keep your eye on it, because we certainly don't need to pay for any of BP's mistakes. BP needs to pay for as much as possible. And if you're Googling it and trying to find out what this law is, the name of the fund in question, rather, that fund is the Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund. So that's what you want to Google to find out where this money is and how to trace this money and make sure that BP pays everything it's supposed to pay. Also, we want you to know the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Talk is centering around the cement used to seal the well. That, of course, was provided by Haliburton. And we know how scandalous Haliburton is. It has been speculated that the cement may have leaked, allowing highly flammable gas to seep up the well and to ignite. I put my money on Haliburton any day of the week. They are scandalous. In international news from Mogadishu, Somalia, now Western private security firms want to get into the act. They want the right to go after Somali pirates. This as the pirates extend their operation deeper into the Indian Ocean. Now the Western security firms want something called letters of marque and reprisal. It would allow privateers to pursue pirates on the high seas. It is a system that was introduced by King Edward III of England in the Middle Ages, but it is also on the U.S. statute books as Article 1, Paragraph 8, Clauses 10 and 11 of the U.S. Constitution, and also in Title 33 of the U.S. Code. That would be paragraphs 385 and 386. Western security firms, they say they want the same rights to pursue these pirates as they have to do private security missions and these private security companies, of course, as you know, that are active in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan as they support U.S. troops and their allies. Now, if you're interested in the firms that are showing interest in hunting down pirates, they are Espada Logistics and Security. They're in San Antonio, Texas. We should tell you that Espada has hired former employees of Z Services, formerly known as Blackwater. You don't get more scandalous than that. Also trying to get into the hunt are Top Cat Marine Security and also North Bridge Services Group. They're here in the United States. Plus, Odyssey Consulting there in Switzerland, and also Seco Pets there in France. Also, in some other defense news, we want you to know that Oshkosh Defense, they're from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, says it's coming to the Border Management Summit Southwest in Arizona. There, Oshkosh says it's going to showcase its armored vehicle solution for border security uses. Now, just so you know who this Oshkosh is, this company is the prime contract for the U.S. military's mine-resistant, ambush-protected, all-terrain vehicle program supporting operations in Afghanistan. So, oh boy, it's about to get interesting, as if it isn't already interesting. Those are your stories. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. I'm Carol Angela Davis. Bookmark me, become my friend, spread the word. See you soon.